Um, so, so crop circles are one of many symbolic manifestations
Yes.
that can be seen as a expansion or a wake-up call per se.
Yes. That's one thing that they provide, yes.
Okay. Can you give me other examples of how this collective awakening is manifesting itself in other civilizations, both on Earth and other planets, dimensions, or places that this is being experienced?
Different civilizations, of course, will experience an awakening in different ways. In our own civilization, we had such an awakening that lasted 3 days. The idea being the birth of an individual that we call Shakana, that in 3 days linked all of us telepathically. That was our awakening. And then that being went back into energy. That was our experience of awakening. Your world is experiencing some of this, but more slowly. As you discover more alignment with yourselves, not only are you going to experience phenomenology, such as crop circles, but you will also experience slippages in space-time. Your consciousness will begin to perceive things that were heretofore invisible to you in terms of energy and beings and so on and so forth. There are a variety of different ways that each of you may experience this kind of awakening. One way also is to understand that there will be more communication in nature with animals, with trees. Those of you that gravitate toward that will find that you are doing that to help with the awakening, to recognize that communication is all around you all the time, and you just have to learn how to listen. So that's another way. Other civilizations experience it in other ways when such an experience is part of their collective choice. One other civilization allowed themselves to experience large spheres appearing in the sky over many years of their years of time. These spheres would appear slowly at first, transparent at first, and would become more and more solid over the years as they appeared. Finally, coming together into one gigantic sphere that actually became their moon. This then remains orbiting their planet as a reminder and a reflection of their awakening. Now, this civilization exists in a different dimension than yours, and thus then we're prone toward exploring the effect of integration in slightly different ways than you are. But you are experiencing this as a coming together of mind, of thought, of heart. And as you generate more and more of this kind of integration within your collective consciousness, a stabilization that will be reflected by the symbol of the moon, which is internal understanding, intuitive understanding, will stabilize your society as well, even though it will not manifest physically in the same way it did in their reality. Does this help you?
It does.
One moment. One moment. One moment. One moment. One moment. Some of the climatological changes going on in your planet are also representative of shifts in your consciousness, of course. One moment. One moment. There is a discussion. One moment. One moment. Many more of you will begin to more concretely see apparitions of those who have departed. the veil between the physical and the non-physical will become much thinner. And you will find over the next 20 to 30 of your years, there will be more and more verifications, validations, what you call concrete proof of the existence of consciousness after death, as more and more of you will actually learn to communicate with them.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought this up because I wanted to bring it up too.
Oh, why, thank you.
This path is amazing that I've been creating thus far, and
Yes.
it's extremely exciting.
Yeah.
I have come into contact with alien consciousness. I mean,
What do you think you're doing right now?
well, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. I've encountered, I don't know what specifically it was, who specifically it was.
That's all right.
Yes, I understand that completely. Via Salvia Divinorum, are you familiar?
Repeat.
Salvia Divinorum.
Define.
It's a hallucinogenic drug that is smoked.
Understood.
And through this...
Is it natural to your planet?
It is.
All right.
It is.
Use it sparingly.
Thank you. Yes.
Remember that these things are there for guidance.
Of course.
And the idea is that once you understand the level that they take you to, the idea is that it's showing you you can get there on your own.
Yes, and I'm realizing that's becoming more and more real for me.
Then you are using it with appropriateness and respect in the relationship.
Thank you. I want a recommendation on what or who I can get into contact with to better establish this bond that I made.
Is there a particular symbol in your mental imagery that represents the idea of the establishment of that connection to a higher level?
An arc.
An arc?
Yes.
Of what kind?
It's a blue arc. I am the base. I'm one of two bases.
Yes. And the other?
Is this being that I've temporarily named him Sal.
All right, that will do.
Okay. He's on the other side of the arc, and
do you understand that it represents another aspect of you?
Yes.
As well as being another being?
Yes.
It's both.
Yes.
This image then will allow the connection to occur at whatever rate your belief systems and your timing have determined are appropriate. So use that image.
Okay.
Yes? Is that satisfactory? Or is there something else that you thought was necessary?
How I don't understand the symbology, the arc. I don't know how to apply this. I don't know what to do with it.
Allow yourself to understand that it represents two extensions of the oversoul of which each of you are a part. So look at it like arms extending from above, displaying two representational aspects, which you could, if you wish, label as present and future. This is what you are becoming through this arc or change of character. This is why arc is used to describe character change in your films. You go through an arc. You go through a change, a shift in consciousness to go from one thing to another. The blue represents the energy level.
All right.
You follow?
I do.
All right. Does this help?
It does. I want just a little bit more.
I can sense that.
Yes.
What else do you think is necessary?
I want to be able to share this with others.